Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to study about the figure of speech. What is a figure of speech? A figure of speech is a word or a phrase that possesses a separate meaning from its literal meaning. It is used to make language more creative and interesting. Okay. So what is figure of speech? We have commonly heard about this word figure of speech in English literature and as well as in English grammar. So first of all, we must know what is figure of speech. So, a figure of speech is a phrase or a group of word you can say. It has separate meaning. If you will look at those words individually, those words will individually will have different meaning, but as a phrase or as a group of word together, it collectively comes out with a different meaning. Okay, it is used to make our way of writing and speaking more creative and interesting. There are more than 100 types of figure of speech, but here we are going to cover only 6 types of figure of speech. So, we are going to cover the figure of speech we are going to cover over here are hyperbole, pun, antithesis, oxymoron, climax, and transferred epithet. Hyperbole. A hyperbole from a Greek word meaning excess. Hyperbole is originated from a Greek word which means excess. It is a figure of speech that uses extreme exaggeration to make a point or so emphasis. Okay. So hyperbole is a Greek word which shows something in excess. In Hindi we can say बड़ा चढ़ाकर बोलना. Okay. In Hindi we can say बढ़ा चढ़ाकर बोलना. So hyperbole is basically a figure of speech जहाँ पे हम बढ़ा चढ़ाकर बोलते हैं. Okay. The extreme, we exaggerate the condition or situation and talk them like them. A small situation or condition is exaggerated and talked in a very boasted, or you can say or you can use another word like boasting. Here people basically boast about small incidents. Okay. For example, that man is as tall as a house. A man can never be tall similar to a house, but he is so tall that the speaker is exaggerating his height, saying that he is as tall as a house. My dad will kill me when he comes home. Obviously the speaker's dad will not kill him, he will not really kill him, but his father can be very angry on him, or he can scold him, something like that, but his father won't kill him, but the speaker is exaggerating over here. So my dad will kill me when he comes home. So basically in both the sentences you can see the speaker is exaggerating the simple situations or conditions. Okay, so hyperbole is basically used to exaggerate to make a point or so emphasis. Okay, now next is our pun. A pun is a joke based on the interplay of homophones, words with the same pronunciation but different meaning. Okay, so basically pun is a joke. In simple words, if we want to understand what is a pun, pun is a joke. It is basically the playing of homophones. What are homophones? Homophones are words with same pronunciation but it has different meanings. Okay, it can also play with words that sound similar but not exactly the same. So pun means also refers to those words which sound similar but are not the same words. So pun is basically used to show us the humorous part, okay, of a speech, of a sentence. For example, the tallest building in town is the library. It has thousands of stories. Okay, so basically if you see, it is a joke कि सबसे ऊंची इमारत जो है वो लाइब्रेरी की है. वो ऊंची क्यों है? क्योंकि उसमें बहुत सारी कहानियां हैं. सो इट इज़ बेसिकली अ टाइप ऑफ जोक, sarcastic, humorous. It is basically a humor. I can't remember which state my wife wanted to visit for our next vacation. It's okay, Alaska. Okay, so here you can see the speaker is saying that, okay, I can't remember which state my wife wants to visit. It's okay, Alaska. Alaska means he's saying in short that I will ask her. Okay, so again this is a pun. This is a sarcastic thing, humorous thing. So again here it is a pun. Now next is our antithesis. Antithesis is a figure of speech which refers to juxtaposition of opposing or contrasting idea in the same sentence. Okay. So basically, antithesis is a figure of speech where in a single sentence there are two contrasting or opposite ideas. When in a single sentence there are two contrast or opposite ideas prevailing, that condition is called as of antithesis. That figure of speech is known as antithesis. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Now, small and giant, these are just opposite, contrasting ideas, isn't it? Small and giant are contrasting ideas. Still, they are prevailing in the same sentence. So, it is an example of antithesis. Again, one more example we'll see. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Okay, it means give every man your ear but few your voice. Now again you can see every and few, these two are again contrasting ideas, opposite ideas. So again this is an antithesis. Next, oxymoron. An oxymoron is a figure of speech containing words that sum to contradict each other when two opposite ideas are joined to create an effect. Now, as we have studied in antithesis, when in a single sentence two contrasting ideas are present all together, it is called as antithesis. Again, in oxymoron also there are two contrasting ideas. Okay, two contrasting ideas are present, but the only difference between antithesis and oxymoron, that in antithesis the two contrasting ideas don't come together to form a single meaning, but in oxymoron the two contrasting ideas come together to form a single meaning. Like here you can see in the example, open, secret. Now open and secret, you can see it is a two, these two are two contrasting words, but they come together and form together a phrase which is a meaningful phrase. Open, secret, khula, you can secret, we can say khula raz. Okay, your secret is called as raz, so khula raz, open secret. Again, virtual reality, we know what is virtual, it can't be real. So again this is a, but these two are contrasting ideas, but again these two comes together and forms a single phrase, meaningful phrase. Again, so it is a oxymoron. So what is the difference between oxymoron and antithesis? That in antithesis two contrasting ideas come together and they are in the same part of the sentence, but they don't come together, okay, to form a single meaning. But in oxymoron the two contrasting ideas come together to form a single meaningful phrase. Now next is our climax. A climax is a figure of speech in which successive words or phrases, clauses, sentences are arranged in ascending order of importance. Now what is a climax? Climax is a figure of speech when the sentences or phrases or incidents or situations, anything, are arranged in ascending order. पहले सबसे छोटा इंसिडेंट, फिर उससे बड़ा, फिर उससे बड़ा, फिर उससे बड़ा इंसिडेंट, लाइक वी डू इन असेंडिंग ऑर्डर. पहले सबसे छोटा, फिर उससे बड़ा, फिर उससे बड़ा. वी अरेंज द इंसिडेंट्स इन असेंडिंग ऑर्डर, सो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज क्लाइमैक्स. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, लेट अ मैन एक्नॉलेज हिज ऑब्लिगेशंस टू हिमसेल्फ, his family, his country and his God. So you can see here the incidents are going on in ascending order. Let a obligation to himself, then to his family, then to his country and then to his God. So the incidents are happening in ascending order. So this is an example of climax. Okay, he lost his family, his job and his house plants. Again the incidents are happening in first we are talking about the smallest incident, then the incident which is a bit bigger than the previous incident, then we are talking about the next incident which was a bit bigger than the second previous incident. Okay, so climax refers to incidents or sentences or phrases in ascending order. Now our last figure of speech is transferred epithet. Okay, what is transferred epithet? Transferred epithet is when an adjective usually used to describe one thing is transferred to another. Epithets are usually adjectives. Okay, basically epithets, the word epithet is adjective which is used to describe a noun. Okay, epithets are usually adjectives like happy, that describes adjective like person, a noun, and that describes a noun like person. Transferred epithet is when the adjective is transferred to a different noun like happy birthday. Okay. Like, what is epithet? Epithets are adjective which are used to describe a noun. But when the adjective is transferred to some other noun, happy, from happy person to, if we are transferring that happy to birthday. Okay, we are transferring from the happy from person to birthday. So that is called as transferred epithet. Okay, for example, let me see. Okay, cruel bars. Cruel bars. Okay, cruel bars. Bars means someone is in the jail. कोई जेल में है, उसने अपने जहाँ पे बंद है उस प्रिजन को क्या बोला है? क्रूअल बार्स. लेकिन क्या ये प्रिजन सच में क्रूअल हो सकता है? नहीं. वो उसने उन लोगों को क्रूअल बोला है जिसने उसको वहाँ कैद किया है. तो बेसिकली ये वर्ड क्रूअल किसी और नाउन के लिए, लेकिन यहाँ पे बार्स को शो किया गया है, क्रूअल बार्स. सिमिलरली स्लीपलेस नाइट्स. क्या रातें स्लीपलेस हो सकती है? नहीं. नाइट्स कांट बी स्लीपलेस. इट इज़ द पर्सन हु इज अनेबल टू स्लीप इज कॉलिंग एज sleepless nights. So the basically the adjective, the epithet sleepless is for a person, but it has been transferred to another noun, nights. So again it is a transferred epithet. So I hope you all are able to understand all the 6 types of figure of speech. Thank you.